What is up, guys, and welcome back to an episode of the F1 22 Mobile Racing Career Mode. In fact, welcome to the final episode of the F1 22 Mobile Racing Series. This is episode number 75 today for the Canadian Grand Prix, the finale then with this Haas team and the finale of the series. As unfortunately, after this, there were no episodes recorded. I was planning to do some with Alfa Romeo and Ferrari in our hopes of a Red Bull revenge tour, but that was just not meant to be. We just did not have enough time as the game unfortunately got updated in, of course, to the 2023 update, and yeah, the season just never really finished. So this is the last episode that we have on this channel for this game, so we are going to celebrate it with one more decent race and around a favorite of our circuit, the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. It's been a very happy hunting ground for us, and it's been very good. And actually, how poetic that we are back here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, where we started, of course, in the Williams in this series a very long time ago, of course. So it's good to finally be back here, and hopefully we'll get a decent result out of this as we make our way towards Sector 3. This is another sort of quote-unquote speed track, I guess we could say, but there are a decent amount of corners where we can make us some time on the AI, so hopefully we'll be able to have a decent race here. You remember last time around we actually got no points out of that, unfortunately, and in the previous couple races we actually accidentally lost a couple positions at the end of each of these Grand Prix. So this time around, let's look for a clean result here as we make our way cleanly through that last sequence of corners here. And now up towards the line, it is going to be P1 then, a pole position by just under 2/10 there, as we secure a very nice pole position for the Haas team. They are going absolutely wild in the garage, but unfortunately, as we all know, this is what happens when we start on pole position. We're going to actually lose it, but we shall see how this ends up for the final race then, as we go to 5 red lights for one last time here at the Canadian Grand Prix for F1 22. Lights out, and away we go. As no surprise, Leclerc gets a lightning start there compared to us, as the Sainz as well, but we managed to block up Verstappen and Perez, and just at that, we are still in P3 at the moment as we almost made contact there with Sainz. We tried to go on the outside of the Spaniard, but he got the inside line there, unfortunately, and now I think he is soaring away into this. Perez looked for a move on the outside there, but we managed to shut the door on him, as now making our way towards sector number 2 here. Leclerc leads the way then from us, from Sainz, and then from us in the Haas as well. This is so out of place, but we are more than confident to be up here as Perez looks for a move on the inside, now looks for a move on the outside here. He's going to try it. We actually made contact there with him a little bit there with the Mexican driver, but we managed to hold station for now, and we are up still in P3 at the moment somehow. But that Red Bull is so fast in a straight line then that he's trying to move on the outside into the hairpin. We have absolutely none of that. We outbrake the Mexican driver, but unfortunately make a bit of contact there with the wall on the outside, but Perez makes contact with us as well there, so Russell's now up into 4th as well. We block him off, and Perez tries to make a move on the inside. We make a huge amount of contact with the wall. It is all kicking off here at the Canadian Grand Prix. We are making this Haas, remember, as physically wide as possible here, going back and forth here, making sure none of these drivers make an overtake on us as they go side by side through the chicane. That's going to cost them a huge amount of time there, and just at that, the gap is up to 1 second here as we make our way onto lap number 2. Then Leclerc is in the lead then from Sainz, and then comes us in P3 with Russell, of course, just behind in P4. We get a good run through that first sequence of corners here. Now into the next sequence of corners. This is where we can make up a lot of time on the AI in this really interesting corner section where it's very easy to corner cut, but the AI for some reason seem to go a lot slower than us. So this is a good area, 21-0 to begin the first section here, and that was a good run through this corner. Now that gap is up to about 1.5 seconds as we make our way onto the back straight here, looking to see if we can make a good result into the right hander. We go 4th gear, making it very close and actually getting way too close to the wall there. We make contact with the grass and the wall. That's going to cause our momentum to, well, get screwed over significantly. Perez comes flying through. We're going to manage to block him off there down to 2nd gear here. The power unit is getting a bit worn as well. You can see 48% there. So at the moment it gets into the yellow, we're going to be at a significant disadvantage compared to the Mexican driver, as he is hungry to finish on the podium, but we are even hungrier to hold on to this position here as Russell and Perez look to see who is going to overtake me first here. They're going to both go for it then, but we're going to manage to hold station at the moment, and they both go side by side through the chicane again. not learning their lesson, and they're going to lose a significant amount of time. The gas left about 2 seconds to start the final lap then of the Grand Prix of the career mode of this series here as we make our way through the first sequence of corners. Let's make this lap worth it. Let's bring home a podium then for the Haas team. We have not yet got close to glory, but this is probably the closest we can get, and they will be more than happy to come home with a podium finish as we make our way into the next corner here. A white first sector, so that means we are faster than all the other guys on track at the moment here, even with the warm power unit, but that's going to probably go away there as we are a lot slower in Australia, and Perez is now free to chase us here as we make our way into the right and left-hander, this time avoiding the wall here, getting a good run out of that corner. The gap is still about 1.5 seconds then to the Mexican driver, so we can pull this off here. We're just going to do one last bit of defending here on this back straight, and then we should be home free then to the checkered flag as Leclerc will win this Grand Prix ahead of Carlos Sainz. But we're looking back to see where the heck Perez is, because this car is so slow. In the straight line, Perez comes flying through. He actually blocked him off a little bit, that caused him to brake check us. We're going to squeeze him to the wall here. He backs out of it at the last second here as the Mexican driver does not want to initiate contact as Verstappen's not getting the mix slow. But look at us here across the line. That is going to be P3 then for the Haas team, and to finish off this career mode, a very nice podium finish then for the team. That is going to be it then for not only this episode, but also the series. Thank you so much for watching and sticking through the series. I will be finishing 23 very soon, and I will see you all there next time. Goodbye, everyone.